searching for this all my life. You're just my type. I've been looking for a boy who can treat me right.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Shenanigans. Today, we are getting into some shenanigans with my girl, Teresa Giudice, and the co-host of her new podcast, Namaste Bitches, Melissa Pfeister. How we doing, ladies?
What's up, Sheena? Dude, we're neighbors.
What's that?
Teresa, by the way, did you know that? Sheena and I literally live, and not to sound like a creepster, but because you essentially live across from my parents, you are 1.7 miles away from me.
Wow.
Oh, wow. I'm jealous. I want to be where you guys are, like the warm weather.
I know, warm weather. We've got the sunshine, the beach. It's so nice. I mean,
Gina, I keep telling Melissa I'm putting it out in the universe because I feel like I really believe in that. Like, you know, I'm all about the Namaste. And in 4 years, I think I want to be in California because Adriana's going to go off to college.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And Louis keeps talking about buying a house, and he wanted to buy a house in Florida. And I'm like, Florida's
No, you don't want to go there.
Yeah. So
wait, I love that. Would you hop franchises and be on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills or OC?
Yeah, of course. Why not?
Yeah.
You'd be in Beverly Hills.
Yeah, but yeah, those bitches know how to cut a bitch, I have to say. Nobody,
I mean, all of y'all do.
Your girl, Kathy.
No, I mean, I have to say, yeah, our franchise, not me, but there are dirty. They play dirty on my franchise also. They do.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just a housewives thing.
I know. You know why it's just at Beverly Hills? Just because it's so hot right now.
Yeah, definitely.
Remember we were both at Bravocon? Everything was about Beverly Hills because it just finished airing.
Yeah, I think it was like part 2 of the reunion had aired that week, and we were still waiting on part 3. It was like the first time Kyle and Kathy saw each other since then. Drama.
Yeah, it's very crazy over there.
Yeah.
That was really sad to me. I didn't understand all that, and I just watched part 3 of the reunion, and I was like, it was jaw dropping.
Yeah, I know. I just finished it too. I was so behind, and I was like, wait, I feel like I didn't finish it, and then I still have part 3, but all caught up. So,
Crazy.
How do you ladies know each other? I want to talk about your for real friendship.
Let me go, Teresa.
I love Melissa. I do. Look, I finally found an amazing in my life. See, Sheena, God's good. He really is. Like, I'm telling you, God is really good. So if you want something in life, make sure you ask for it. It really does come true. I adore Melissa so much. I love her husband. I love her children. And look, God brought us together. I'm telling you, there's always a season, a reason, a lesson, a blessing, a lifetime. And just like my Louie, she's going to be my lifetime.
I love that.
Lifetime friendship. We met through Cynthia. Well, all right, she'll finish telling you the story, but we met through my friend Jim, my lawyer and best friend Jim.
Okay.
But Melissa will take it away now.
I didn't even pay her to say that shit. Yeah, so by the way, Teresa, I don't know if you know, Sheena was on Side Piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, you told me, yeah.
Yeah, so then that's how Sheena and I met.
You know everybody. You're like the president. You do.
There you go. That's exactly what I am. There you go. So then I had Teresa's attorney on.
Okay.
And became like really cool with him. And then I had Mike Hill, Cynthia Bailey's now ex. I had him on through Mike and I keeping in touch. I met Cynthia, and one day Cynthia was like, hey, the Ultimate Girls Trip premiere is happening here in LA. Mike can't go. Can you be my date? So I was her date, and in walks Teresa. And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, how's this going to go? Like, I don't know who this chick is, right? Like, Jim, her attorney, was like, I told Teresa you're there. You guys are going to meet. And I'm not just saying this because she's sitting right here in front of us. Because other people that were also there weren't the friendliest. Mm-hmm. Teresa and Louis, both of them, were phenomenal. Like, the second they met me, so sweet, so welcoming, so just, like, cool. And then we just kind of started talking, and I mean, you know how long this stuff takes. It takes months.
Oh, totally.
to get like the podcast going and to work out everything. And then finally, months later, 6, 7, 8, 9 months later, we started.
Yeah. I love that your co-host's name is Melissa, of all names.
Yeah, everybody, when she was just in the hospital, so we had to cancel 2 of our podcast live events.
I know.
And everybody thought it was the other Melissa. I'm like, no, it's my co-host Melissa Pfeister. It's great.
Pfeister. Sorry, I said Pfeister.
That's right. It doesn't matter. I've been called a lot worse, Sheena. I've been called a lot worse.
I mean,
everybody
same here.
says my last name different too. And she's a blonde, so she's the blonde, I'm the brunette. We'd go good together.
I love it. It's a good balance for sure.
Yeah.
So I actually, Melissa, I'll tell you this. I had a similar story when I first met Teresa, which she probably doesn't even remember. It was my first season of Vanderpump Rules. We were at this big upfronts event. I had never seen any show on Bravo. I didn't know anything about the network really before becoming a part of it. So I'm at this event. My whole cast, they hated me when the show started. There was only one of them, Tom Sandoval, who was nice to me at the time. The rest of them hate me. They're trying to get me fired. They want nothing to do with me. And I'm just like standing at the bar by myself, so uncomfortable. And these 2 guys with thick Jersey accents come up to me. They're like, why are you by yourself? Come over, hang out with us. It was your brother, actually, and Richie. And I came over and I met you and Priscilla. And you were so fucking sweet to me. Priscilla literally has done my makeup ever since then. And I remember that moment because I didn't know anyone there. And I just became such a fan of you in that moment, started watching your show, and I've never missed an episode since.
Oh, I love that. And I remember meeting you. I'm like, she's so pretty, and I love pretty. Like, I love all people, but like, when someone's pretty, I say it. I'm not like, I don't get, envious of them or anything. Like, I'm like, she's so pretty,
Well, thank you. And we have the best makeup artist.
And I wanted to lick you, but I couldn't. I'm like,
That's later. That's the thing. Like, that's the thing. Everyone, and Teresa and I talk about this all the time. Like, everyone just thinks she's like this, like, table flipping, hothead. And
mean person. Yeah.
Mean.
No.
Like, people think,
and I'm so not.
So not true at all. And again, I'm not just saying, I've told Teresa many of things she probably hasn't wanted to hear. I don't just sit here and like blow smoke up her ass. She's definitely not that at all when you actually do talk with her and like get to know her.
Some kitties, you're making me jealous.
I know. I'm like, oh, what am I doing?
Oh my God.
This is just a sports bra. This isn't even a shirt. I couldn't find anything.
Your arms look so good. Your titties look nice. I'm like, I'm getting jealous here.
Popping. She loves them boobies.
We gotta show our bodies off. Right?
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm just sitting here in my merch, which you guys can get at shop.dearmedia.com.
Yes.
It's all happening. So cute.
Yes. So, okay, tell me about the new podcast. What made you guys want to start one? How did it come about? Was it easy to come up with the name? Let's go back to the beginning.
It was not easy to get it going. It took a long freaking time. And, I'm coming from the podcast space where I'm doing side piece with a production company. And that took a hot minute to get going. This took even longer, right? And it wasn't even... Teresa was like the end of it. It was all the behind the scenes that I was working on. My husband was working on, her attorney. It took a good minute. And then it was the 2 of us. After we kind of got it going, then it was the 2 of us getting going. And you know how long that takes. It's like all like the reps and the practice interviews and this, like the everything. And we're always doing it like this. She's in Jersey, I'm in LA. So it's not a lot of in person. And then it's like, okay, we're doing this. We need a cool ass name.
Mm-hmm.
Teresa and I both try to be Namaste.
No, I am Namaste.
You are. You are. I try with every ounce of my being to be Namaste. And we're both cool ass bitches. So we got to throw bitches in there somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of how the name came about.
Yeah, because Sheena, everyone thinks I'm so not Namaste. They don't really know the real Teresa. So I figure from listening, if everyone listens to Namaste Bitches, they will get to know the real Teresa, that I am so Namaste. I just go with the flow. I'm very easygoing. And I think from talking to me, Sheena, you could see that already.
Oh, I mean, I've known that for years, for sure.
Right. But
Yeah.
like I get a bad rap on unfortunately on New Jersey Housewives. You
Well,
know?
that's the thing. I mean, when you're on a show, you know, it's produced, it's edited, and you get the version that they want to tell. That's what the beauty is about doing podcasts and YouTube and other outlets, is because you have the control and the power to put out exactly what you want to put out, and for people to get to know that other side of you. So I'm so glad that you started this show so people do get to hear that side that, you know, we know because we know you, but they don't know because they don't know
Right.
you.
Thank you.
You know, and Housewives as Vanderpump Rules, I mean, those two shows are such small parts of your life, right?
Mhm.
Your mom, your wife, your friend. Like, there's a million other things going on. Teresa is so much more than Real Housewives of freaking New Jersey.
Yeah.
So it's just like, let's talk about those things. Like, what don't you know? You don't know me. I know that people listening don't know me. And then who is Teresa outside of a reality, crazy, drama-filled show?
Yeah. Well, I do want
You
to
know.
talk about that because all three of us are moms. You know, I mean, Teresa, before the show, you know, I mean, you have 4 beautiful daughters. Melissa, how many kids do you have?
I have 2, a 5 and a 3-year-old.
5 and 3. Oh my God. Okay. I knew they were young, but I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you, baby. Look at
Yeah.
you.
1.5. I know. So we're all working moms, you know, in entertainment in different forms. Melissa, would you, if your kids wanted to do a reality show, what would you say to them one day?
I would say, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
My husband, I don't know. My husband sells TV shows. So
Mhm.
he is the one that makes all the magic happen behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Whereas I want to have my face in front of the scenes.
Yeah.
And he is not that type of person. But I mean, yeah, I would, please, my 5 and 3-year-old put on shows. I wish I was as cool, talented, and funny as they are.
Yeah.
I think they're born for something. Is it like a housewife show? I don't know. Is it something? Sure. 1,000% I would say yes.
Totally. Teresa, was it a hard decision or was it an easy decision when you started the show to, you know, put your whole life out there, including your kids?
Well, at first it was hard for me because I didn't know what I was getting myself into.
Yeah.
So I was like, what is this? Is this like a fake? Bella, stop. I'm like, is this like a fake thing? Like I didn't understand it really. And living in New Jersey, it's different. Like there's like no, it's like this is New Jersey. Like it's suburban. Like it's not like you're in California, Sheena, like where you are. Like all the stars live there.
Yeah.
So when you hear about a TV show, you're like, oh my God, then it's real. Like I was like, what is this? Like I kept asking around. Like everybody else on my cast signed the contract right away. It took me 11 and a half months to sign my contract.
Oh,
So
wow.
They were chasing me for 11 and a half months.
Wow.
I guess they saw a star there, you know,
Yeah.
I guess they saw a star in me, which I didn't know.
Yeah.
And yeah, so they didn't leave me alone. And then after a while, like I kept asking Dina about it, and Dina's like, all right, like she didn't even want to talk to me anymore. Cause she's like, you're like, cause I was being indecisive and I wasn't like deciding to do the show or not. So I was like, I would like wait a few weeks, then I would call her again and be like, what do you think about this? And then after a while, she's like, I don't even want to talk to you anymore. You know, like.
And by the way,
'cause
Sheena, she's doing it with 3 kids.
I know.
Young kid. Like I was telling you, Sheena, I'm losing my mind trying to work 3 different jobs with 2 kids under 5. And no help. She was doing it all by herself. 3 kids under what? 7, 5? Shit.
Oh yeah, I mean, Gia, I think was like 7 or I think 7.
Wow.
I think 7. So Gia was 7, and then her and Gabrielle are 4 years apart. So 7, and then so she was like 4, and then and Adriano and Melania was 3.
Wow.
Like 3, 4, and 7. Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, and I remember like doing the show when then finally I signed the contract, and then I signed the contract without showing a lawyer. I signed the contract because I was with Jacqueline, and Jacqueline's like, you know what? And she's like, let's just do this. Like she called me, she's like, come on, Teresa, sign the contract already. Let's do this. And I'll be like, And I was just like, one day I was just like, all right. And like me and Jack we were best friends, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, fine. I just signed the contract and I gave it to her. And we have video of her putting it in the FedEx box. And that was it.
I mean, to be honest, I didn't have a lawyer look at mine the first season either. It was,
okay.
yeah, it wasn't that crazy. I didn't think of a contract at the time.
Wow,
I was just
and
like,
you didn't? Like out there in LA? Like,
yeah. I was just like, all right, we'll see where this goes. And then after a couple seasons, it was like, I think I do need to have a lawyer kind of look into this because there's so many words and jargon and all of this shit in there. You're like, huh? What does that mean? Yeah.
Sure, let's just sign it.
Right? But
Here's my
I mean,
life,
dude,
Bravo.
I was so young and it was a TV show and there was a paycheck. And so I was like, all right, fuck it. Let's do it. But I was hesitant first as well. It took,
It's crazy. Both of you guys, the OGs.
yeah.
I mean, Sheena, most of your cast, a lot of them are gone. Teresa, I mean, is anyone left from your original? No.
No.
Look at this.
Look
at the OGs,
I'm
the
the only one
badass
standing
OGs.
right now. Yeah, I'm the only one standing.
Yeah. I think it was, because when I met you, I think y'all were maybe in your third season. So I had missed the first season or two. I missed the table flipping live. I had to go back and like watch the old episodes. 'Cause I was like, wait, this is one of the most iconic scenes that's ever been on Bravo. I need to see what happened. Have you guys seen, so you have kids, obviously. Today we were watching Zootopia Plus on Disney Plus.
Oh
if
my
you
God, I
haven't
heard
seen
about
it,
this.
episode 2, it's like the real rodents of Rodentia or something, and it is a total spoof on Jersey Housewives.
Really?
It was hilarious. They're all standing there. They're holding their cheese. The dad of the bride is like the godfather. It's so cute. It's these little shorts on Disney Plus, but it's definitely a Housewives spoof. And we were just waiting for one of the little rodents to flip a table, and they didn't. And I was kind of disappointed.
Oh,
But
man, I've heard about that.
it's
I've heard about
adorable. We just watched it this morning. It's so cute.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, definitely.
that.
All
Teresa,
right.
You've never heard of that show.
Teresa, I want to talk about your wedding because you looked absolutely stunning. I need to know, how long did the wedding glam and hair take?
Thank you. I mean, ditto right back at you. You look stunning.
Thanks.
Awesome. The hair, literally, I swear to God, it took 3.5 hours. And I started so early because I didn't get married till 6:30. So I was like, why do we have to start so early? Not thinking about my hair at all. Just like, I was like, so we did start pretty early. And yeah, just my hair took, 3.5 hours. My makeup, I don't even know how long she took on my makeup. Like probably like an hour, hour and a half. Priscilla.
Yeah.
Priscilla did-
She's so quick, though, too. She can do full glam in like 20 minutes. It's crazy.
Yeah. But like, Chia took 3.5 hours to do my hair. And like, I was dying to do a trial beforehand, but we just didn't have the time. I was filming Real Housewives in New Jersey. And we kept saying, we're going to do it, we're going to do it, we're going to do it. And I just never got a chance to do a trial. But I knew I wanted my hair half up, half down, because I wanted my hair away from my face.
Yeah.
So I did. And then at first I wanted to do the old Hollywood look, but like, Lucia's like, you're not doing that. She's like, everybody, their mothers has worn their hair like that for their wedding. I'm like, okay. So then I was just like, all right, I want half up, half down. And my crown was so massive that, my hair couldn't just be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, my hair
You needed the big hair.
Yeah, my hair had to, go a little bit higher than my crown, So, and of course, Jersey, the higher the hair, the closer to God you are. So, yeah.
I love that.
And I have to say, after it was done, I mean, like I said, it wasn't planned. It was just the way it was supposed to go. And I really believe that. Like, I looked in the mirror and I was like, all right, I think I like this,
Yeah.
And it just, the thing is, even if I wanted to change a Sheena, there was like no time. Like, I had to go. Like,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like, that's why I didn't even, the day, it flies by so quick.
Yeah.
But I have to say, I really loved it. I got my pictures. I'm still posting because I haven't posted that much. And so I really loved my hair. I mean, the only thing I wish I could have changed my hair for my second dress, but there was like no time.
No.
Like, there's no, you don't have that much time. Like, I changed dresses, but you don't have that much time. So
Totally.
but everything was like perfect. It was such a beautiful day. It was so magical. And I can't wait for everyone to see this wedding special.
I know. I am so excited to watch it. Okay, so it's not just a part of, is it a part of Real Housewives of New Jersey at all, or is it just a wedding special?
Yeah, it's just the wedding special. So I don't even know the name yet or anything. I can't wait to find out the name. So yeah, so I don't even, yeah, I mean, they're working on it as we speak. So I can't wait to find out, yeah.
Oh my
It was
God.
awesome.
I
It was
love
fun.
that. So I had a question come in. I sent it to Melissa last night, and she's like, you have to ask this.
Okay.
Erica Nicole Borges wants to know, ask Tree, which is heavier, her wedding hair or carrying Joe and Melissa's storyline on the show?
Oh my God. Carrying, yeah, the second one, the family thing. I mean, that I've had to carry that for like over 10 years. Like, it's unfortunate. It's so sad. And it's like not the way, that's when I met you, season 3.
Yeah.
And Sheena, if it was the other way around, like I would have never, if my brother was on a TV show, I would have never, first of all, I would have never gone behind his back and gone on a TV show.
Yeah.
Without him knowing, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I was like talking, this is what happened. Like, listen, there was like, I loved Melissa when my brother first met her. I really did, because I don't know if you know this. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but when my brother met Melissa, it was his 3rd fiance.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yes, so it was his 3rd fiance. He called off 2 weddings before that. The first one 8 months before, the second one a month before.
Oh, wow.
And the second one, the first one, I had nothing to do with that one, but the second one, the family was really mean to us. So me and my mother were at the bridal shower, and I told my brother, I was like, they were so mean to us, Joe. I said, you're not going to be happy in this family. So my brother saw, and then I guess he had probably feelings too. I haven't, so I just said that to him, and then he called off the wedding a month before the wedding.
Oh, wow.
So then he meets Melissa, and so when he met Melissa, and then he kind of was a little bit I don't know, it got weird, so he, I guess people go through stages, he was sad and stuff. So I only wanted to make him happy, like my mother and I, of course, I guess you lose confidence, or I don't know what it was, because he was beautiful. It's but he went through his stages, I think that he was probably never gonna find anyone. That's not the case, or maybe, and that was the case too, because I got married.
Mm-hmm.
I was married, so me and my brother were best friends. We really were. We were best friends. When I first got married to Joe, he was over my house every single day. That's how come him and Gia are so close.
Yeah.
So when he met Melissa, Gia was 3 years old, and
Oh, wow.
Gia didn't like Melissa. You could ask Gia yourself, because I guess Gia thought Melissa was taking my brother away from her. You know how little kids get jealous?
Oh, totally. I was like that with my older cousin.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
that's how Gia didn't like Melissa at first. But but then whatever, she got over it, and then she ended up being the flower girl on their wedding. But anyway, I was whatever makes my brother happy made me happy. So
Yeah.
I really was, loving her in the beginning. I was so my brother loves her, we love her. So we kept our mouth shut. They
Mhm.
got engaged after 5. She moved in after a month. They met. He met her. She moved in after a month, and I was just wow, that was quick, but we didn't say nothing, They got engaged after 5 months, and then they got married in 10 months. So everything
Oh,
happened
wow.
so fast. So
So
we just kept our
quick.
mouths shut. Yeah. And so so we were happy and then afterwards, I think everything was good. And then she changed. I was calling her every day, and then all of a sudden, after they got married, she wasn't taking my calls in the morning. I was I guess me calling her in the morning kind of bothered her. I guess she's your sister.
What was your question, Sheena? I'm lost right now. What was your even question?
Oh, so I'm telling her the story a little bit, the
Do you see,
backstory.
Sheena? After all, I'm where the hell did we even start with?
No, I was trying to give her the little backstory.
Yeah, it was the backstory.
What was the? I honestly, I don't even remember what the question
She
was.
was saying how Melissa was Joe's 3rd fiance. That's where it started. It was a little tea.
Oh,
Wait,
wait,
oh, they went behind her back. Okay.
Oh wait, but what was the
Please
question?
stop. Oh my God, I can't
Sorry.
even follow you, girl.
All
Anyway.
right, what was the question, Sheena?
Now I don't remember what the question was.
You
were
did, thank you. This is everything.
we were talking about the wedding. Oh, about carrying their storyline. That's where it started.
How they went behind your back.
Yes.
Okay, so basically, yeah. So then my whole thing is, yeah, they came on the show behind my back, which I think everybody knows now. Sheena, have you seen that? Carlos King came forward, and
No.
he said Heather McDonald has This is how it all started. Heather McDonald interviewed Carlos King.
Okay.
He was my producer, season 1 and 2.
Oh.
He's also Atlanta Housewives producer. So Cynthia knows him. Kenya Moore knows him very well. So Heather McDonald interviewed Carlos King and asked him the truth, like, you know, and he admitted the truth. He's like, yes, Teresa's telling the truth, that Melissa, she did not know her, you know, that her sister-in-law and her cousin Kathy were coming on the show. She was blindsided.
Oh.
So that's like your sister, like Brock having a sister interviewing behind your back, and then all of a sudden you get a phone call from Andy Cohen saying, Sheena, your sister-in-law and your first cousin is gonna be on Vanderpump Rules. You're gonna be like, what?
What the fuck?
I was just talking to them last week. Yeah. And they were new, and you told them what was going on your show.
Ooh.
That's how it all went down. So
wow.
Yeah, and ever since
I love a good backstory.
Yeah, but I was trying to say, ever since then, it's been since season 3 on, Sheena.
And that's when I started watching. So she's always been on the show since I've watched it. I went back and watched the scene of you flipping the table, but I didn't watch the first full 2 seasons. So,
yeah, so it's been, and if you watch the first episode of season 3, like the first day we started filming, it's christening, my nephew's christening. That was so sad. Like, I swear to God, I was so blindsided.
Wow.
Because I said congratulations. Like, and Sheena, this is the thing too now, which everybody doesn't understand. I never watched the show. You know why I didn't watch the show? Not because I was lazy. I didn't watch the show because thank God I didn't watch the show. Because now I'm watching the show and I'm seeing everything that my brother and Melissa said about me and my ex-husband, and I'm like mortified. It's like so heartbreaking, so heart-wrenching, so sad that my own family could be talking like this about me. Yeah. So that's why I never watched it. And look, there was a reason why I didn't watch it. God was looking over me, because if I would have watched it, it would have not been good. It would have upsetted my parents, and like they were still alive back then. You know, they were alive. I really did keep the peace for my parents. And like now, look, I don't have my parents anymore, and it's like I'm just like I'm free now. Like, meaning like I'm done. Like I wish them well. I wish them like happiness in their life. Please just leave me alone. Keep my name out of their mouth, and that's it. I just want peace. Yeah. Because I'm so tired of being dragged through the mud these past 10 years. And a lot of times I just kept my mouth shut to keep the peace. And like, and my sister-in-law lying through her freaking teeth. Yeah. Like lying for 10 years that I knew she was coming on the show. Why would I lie? And now all these people are coming forward and saying the truth. And it's like, look, it took 10 years for the truth to come out. So guys, put it out there. The truth always comes out, so don't lie. Yeah.
Don't be boning some hoes, because we'll find out about that too.
No, but my thing is, I don't lie. I don't lie. If I got something to say, I tell it to your face. And if you don't like it, I'm sorry. But that's one thing I don't do. I don't lie. Yeah. Because the truth always does come out.
100%. Totally.
And I'm sorry, I'm very passionate about it, because
it's your family. I totally get it.
Imagine being dragged through the mud for 10 years. Yeah. And like, everybody keeps lying, because Sheena, it was her word against mine. So she was probably like, fuck her. Can I curse? Yeah. Yeah, she was probably like, fuck her. Nobody's going to know the truth because it's her word against mine. And then look, finally, the truth comes out. And it's like, really, bitch? You had to say all this all these years? And I'm your family. It's like, how could you do that to family? It's so sad. It's really, but like, look, but now I feel like I'm set free, and it's like, and I know my parents are fine with it. They're probably like, I'm glad she's at peace now, because to be dragged through the mud for all these years, I'm so tired of it, and that's why. And then and I'm really happy. I'm like, thank God. I'm like, it's like I feel like really like a big weight's been lifted off of me, and it's just like, please just leave me alone now.
Yeah. Stay in your love bubble, Teresa.
Yeah, and then I know a lot of people are getting like tired of that whole
Love.
I fucking love it. That's what I captioned our photo from Bravocon. I said love bubble.
Thank you, because like if anybody has anything negative to say, it's so sad because
I know.
my sister-in-law Veronica, she's the one that said to me, like, when we got together, she's like, you have to protect your love bubble. She's like, and I was like, you know what, she's right, because there were people out there trying to burst our love bubble.
Mm-hmm.
If I would have let that happen, then I wouldn't have been with Louis. And I was like, you know what, I didn't listen to any of the noise. And I think I don't know if you went through something like that too. Anything with you or no?
The timing of Brock and I starting to date, it actually worked out perfectly because we met 6 months before the pandemic, and then we had an entire year and a half of a relationship off camera. So we had lived together, been through a miscarriage, my entire pregnancy, and the birth of my daughter before we were ever on camera together. So that for our relationship was a blessing, because if we would have been on camera 6 months into our relationship and for him to have the season that he had as his first season, there's no way he would have stuck around. He would have been like, fuck this. I don't need this shit. Like, that's why none of my other relationships worked out. Because it was just, it's hard when you're in the spotlight and on a reality show. I mean, it is really hard to, protect that relationship because people are always coming for you.
Yeah, just gave me the chills because I don't know if you watched the season that Louis came on.
Oh, yeah. I've every single episode.
Oh, my God. That's why I fucking threw everything on the table on Margaret, because I couldn't take it no more. It's like, leave my boyfriend alone. It's like, who are you? It's like, if I'm a grown woman, let me get to know him. I don't care what anybody else says, because listen, everybody has a different experience with, anybody they date.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you got to make that determination if you're going to be happy with that person or not. Because listen, I'm sure everybody, goes through, they date somebody, maybe it doesn't work out with that person, but then the next person, it works out. Look at my brother. He was engaged twice before. Yeah. It didn't work out with the last
Third time's a charm.
Exactly. And then it worked out with Melissa. Yeah. So it's like, keep your mouth shut. It's like, and that's why I couldn't, and thank God, I'm grateful that Louis didn't say, listen, I'm out of here, because we had all this outside noise trying to break us up, which was so sad,
Yeah, I had Dolores on my podcast and we were talking about Louis and just saying how him and Brock had similar, first seasons on the show, and Dolores was like, you should probably have Brock reach out to him because they can definitely relate. They're in the same situation. And so Brock had reached out to him on Instagram, and then they became friends. Finally, they've met in person. I can't wait to hang out again when you guys are in LA this weekend.
Yes,
and
I know. I think I reached out to Brock. Yeah.
Yeah. I know Melissa because, like we said, we are neighbors. Her husband saw Brock walking recently around our neighborhood, right?
I mean, we passed. Remember at Bravocon, you guys were going out.
Yeah.
And we're taking the car into the stage.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, hey, what's up? But no, I mean, Josh has seen. Josh goes down the street to get his coffee, and Sheena and Brock live right there. And by the way, like I was telling Sheena, you're not going to really miss Brock, right?
No.
Especially when he has a little baby. So my husband's definitely seen Brock. And it's funny too. I think I told you, Sheena, we were having a notary come over for something.
Uh-huh.
And I was just hanging up with you. And I came down and I look like I have the party up top and the Josh is boxers on the bottom because just the fun of the Zoom, right? And I look like Ho with my makeup all flashy and whatnot, and I have a mask on. And he's like, what's happening here? I was like, sorry. He's like, you do a podcast? I was like, yeah. I just had a really cool chick. It was fun. And he's like, oh, wait, Bravo? I just went to someone on Bravo, and I did a I had to get that. They needed something notarized. Do you know a
James?
A Sheena? Yeah.
Wait, oh my God. He was the shit. I loved him. He did our prenup.
Yes. He was like, I actually did it. And I think they were filming, and I was like, you're joking. I literally am sprinting down from just talking to her to notarize my stuff in the
That's
garage.
so crazy.
Yeah, funny.
Teresa,
We're really, down the street.
Yeah. Do you remember the first time you met Brock at Bravocon last year?
Yes. Well, we were getting our makeup done.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was so sweet.
I had just gotten him into watching Bravo because he had never seen Vanderpump Rules or anything. And so he was like super into Jersey. And I go to get my makeup done. And I mean, it's basically an episode of Real Housewives of New Jersey. Everyone's in there. We're all just like swapping out between hair and makeup. And ever since then, he was like, oh, he's like, my Teresa. I'm like, oh, you're Teresa. Oh, okay.
I love that. I love that. You know, Brock and I have talked a couple times.
Yeah.
With the whole, like, you know, because I'm also a certified nutritionist, and I know everything that Brock was starting to do.
No, definitely. Everything with his homebody. They're trying to pivot right now and not just focus on live streaming, but also to do training programs, nutrition, and all of that. So I'm sure he's going to be in touch with you even more coming up to work together in that.
I've actually I actually met and talked with him before you.
Yeah. Oh, that is right. Oh my God, I do remember that.
Yep,
so,
I was talking to him months before you came on.
Yeah.
Side Piece. Yeah.
Yeah, so you have another podcast, Side Piece. That's how we met. And then I ran into you recently, like you just said, at Bravocon. I want to know, what were your ladies' highlights and low points of Bravocon?
All right, I'll go first. I thought it was all great.
Yeah.
It really was. I mean, I had a great experience. It was great meeting all the fans. And I had a really great time. I liked all my outfits. It was,
they were
good.
So good. Oh my God.
I think the low point was again, oh my God. Hearing what my brother had to say, that was a low point.
Mm-hmm.
That he it was Watch What Happens Live, and it was the question got asked to Melissa, and I guess if you didn't want to answer the question, then you could, you have to drink.
Oh yeah.
And so I guess Melissa didn't want to answer the question, so she drank. But then, of course, my brother takes the stage, as he did, and
Mm-hmm.
answered the question. So, that was a low point for me, because it's hurtful to hear something negative that my own flesh and blood is saying.
Yeah, for sure. What about you, Melissa?
I mean, it was fun. Listen, I literally started it by, Tamara walked in, and she was like, "Is that Melissa?" You could hear Tamara's voice, right?
Oh, yeah.
When you leave. And then as I'm literally going into it, that's when you and I and Brock and Josh do the flyby.
Mm-hmm.
And Brock's like, you guys go scooting by. I'm like, oh, hey. Brock's like,
We're like, wait a second.
It was so sweet.
Yeah.
And then I had like the dopest panel too. I mean, for Housewives related. I mean, it was Meredith from Salt Lake City, Dolores, Jersey, Teresa, Louie. It was awesome. Candy.
So much fun.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It was yeah.
Yeah, Melissa was great, narrating the whole, our segment. Like, yeah, it comes so easy to her.
I love that. Melissa, have you been on Real Housewives? And if not, would you?
I have. Well, I don't know. Teresa, what's your bridal shower? Is that Jersey and your wedding?
Oh, that's Jersey. Wait, I don't know if they're gonna. No, I think that's gonna be
both.
I think that's gonna be on. No, because I think that's gonna be on New Jersey. Yeah, it's crazy how they're gonna split it up.
How are they?
I think my wedding. I filmed separate things from my wedding, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Tell you the truth, I don't know if my shower is gonna be part of Housewives or it's gonna be part of the wedding. I don't know.
So that was when the week before her bridal shower, which she didn't know about. It was surprise.
Fun.
I flew out there and we did our photo shoot for Namaste Bitches.
Uh-huh.
Then I fly back. It was red eye in, and then that afternoon back to LA. That was the first weekend. Fast forward to the next weekend, red eye in, go to her surprise bridal shower. She had no idea. And then that night, fly back. And then the third weekend, I flew out with Josh, and that was for her wedding. So it was literally 3 weekends back to back to back.
But let her know that my bridal shower got changed, right? Because I got COVID.
Oh, duh, that's right. You got,
no.
Oh, shit. You know what? That's why. Because we scheduled the photo shoot, And I was going to just say, okay, I'm going back to LA. And then I had my hotel down the street.
Yeah.
I was going to stay the night, Friday shoot, Saturday bridal shower. I was going to stay the night. This is perfect. I don't have to go back and forth cross country. And then this a-hole goes, screws up my plans, gets COVID, and we have to push her shower for a week. So I literally was back and forth to LA 3 different times.
That's a good friend.
It was, it was awesome. Listen, I would do anything for Teresa. I love her. She's a sister, like the best friend. I mean, I love her. You know, we're not just like podcast co-hosts together.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people just kind of come together and they're like, oh, let's host this together. And then, you know, we'll see what happens. Or like when they throw these housewives on, no one really knows each other. Let's just hope it works. Like we legit, I mean, I've talked to her like 14 times before we even came on to do this today. So it's cool. It's awesome what this has turned into with us.
Yeah, I love that. Teresa, how is the new house and how are the girls adjusting to this new lifestyle, you know, with you married to Louis in the new house?
The house is great. I know you got to come over.
Yes.
Beautiful.
I would love that.
Well, you know what, Sheena, definitely. Next time you and Brock are in town, definitely come over. I'll have you guys over for dinner. You know, we'll go around here.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, the baby. Oh my God, the baby would love, like, you know, just the backyard and stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
My girls would love her to play with her.
It's a backyard.
I've been living here for a year, and it's great. You know, the girls get along with we call him Little Louie, and they get along great with him. And Nicholas comes and stays with us every other weekend.
Okay, nice.
Louis, I don't know if you know, Louis' oldest son.
Yeah.
He's 21. He has autism, and he lives with Louis' ex-wife and stays with us every other weekend. But like the girls are so good with Nicholas. Like you know, as a mom, you never know if you're doing a great job. But then when you see your kids how they are just in life, then you're like, oh my God. And you just sit back and you like look and you're like, wow, I guess I did do a good job.
You've done an amazing job. Those 4 girls are incredible. I've only had the pleasure of meeting Gia, but just from watching the show, you can just tell how well they were raised. And I have to say, Gia at Bravocon, oh my God, I'm just like, oh wow, you're legal to drink now. Like I've been watching her since she was so young and she was rocking my eyelashes. Priscilla did her glam. She looked incredible. It was so fun to see her be a part of that as well.
They're good kids. And little Louis, I mean, Louis too, we've all heard what we've heard, right? Louis is an amazing dad. I mean, the other night, I'm talking to Teresa, and I wanted to say something to Louis. Louis like, hold on. I have to go take my tray of food up to my son. Like, made him his food, schlepped it up to his room. Like, he's a really good dad, and little Louis is phenomenal. I mean, he's the sweetest.
Like, such a gentleman. Yeah, like, whatever girl ends up with him is going to be very lucky. Because, like, so the way Louis treats me, I know little Louis is going to treat, you know, his girlfriend and wife the same way.
Yeah.
He's a good teacher. Yeah.
I love that.
No, the same with my girls. Like they're so good with Nicholas. Like if their friends come over and they have like if they're hanging out, like they include Nicholas and I love it. And they always say, can I have friends? Or I'm like, well, if Nicholas could be there, then it's all good. And
totally.
Like, of course not, you know?
Yeah.
Because I want Nicholas to feel, and like every time he leaves our house, he's like, he tells us, he's like, he says, Dad, when am I coming back? And he's like, Teresa, when am I coming back? Like he wants to come back, which I love.
Yeah.
You know, then he's having a good time.
Yeah.
He's not dreading to come here.
Yeah.
But like he loves doing puzzles and Legos. Like he's so good at it. He finishes them in like so quick. Like it's just so good. Like the girls, they're amazing with him, you know? And you know, he's happy when he comes here.
So I know you and Louis are going to be out here soon for Dancing with the Stars, and I want to talk about what that experience was like for you. And it was such a bummer that you went home so early. We watched, we voted, and then it was like, you're already gone. I'm like, what the hell, man?
Yeah, I don't think if people were voting for me. You see,
I voted. I
guess my demographic is where they weren't voting, and even Pasha was shocked. He's like, wow, he's like, your housewife demographic doesn't vote. And I said, I guess not. And I said, I thought I had, like, I thought I had a big following,
See, and I
don't
feel
know.
like that is the demographic who does vote. That's why, like with Charlie D'Amelio, I mean, she's clearly like the best. I mean, this girl is incredible,
I think that's my prediction. She's winning.
Oh, yeah.
She's also
I mean,
21. Like I was saying this.
no,
I'm like,
she's
how is that-
18.
Or 8. So even better. Oh my God.
Yeah.
This is like, how do you have an 18-year-old
Well,
go against a 75-year-old?
She
Yeah.
has a big following. I know, you're right, because
But I feel like that demographic isn't the one watching Dancing with the Stars and calling in to vote. I feel like our Bravo demographic is the one. So that's why I was like, how the hell did she go home so soon? But what was too short-lived, but what was that experience like? Rehearsals and all of that. Did you have so much fun?
I mean, I would do it all over again. But Sheena was no joke. It was hard work.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, I have no dance experience. So
Yeah.
it was really, really hard for me. But I didn't care, and I gave it my all. Like I was, I was practicing every single day, 4 hours a day. It was a lot. Like, I definitely was missed at home.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a lot of time away from yourself. It does.
Totally.
Because, and especially me, because I don't have any dance experience. Maybe it's easier for someone else that has dance experience, but it was harder for me because it was a lot to put it all together.
Yeah.
But then I did get it. And then once I got it, I was like, oh my God, this is awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, I felt really confident. Both dances, like I had it down pat. Like I felt confident.
Yeah.
Well, I got a little distracted. Like the first, I'll be honest, like the first, the package. Like when they showed the whole jail thing, and Pasha told me, don't look at the package.
Yeah. Because then it just puts you in that headspace, and then you're about to dance,
Right.
and
So it's like I didn't like that. And then my second dance was about my dad, and of course, how close I was with my dad. So it was kind of hard. But Pasha did warn me, don't look at the at the package. And I'm like, it's a little hard because
it's right there.
It's right above you.
It's live. Yeah.
I did feel confident, and it was amazing. But I guess it was the way it was supposed to go. But I had the best experience. I'm going back for the finale, so I got to learn. We're doing a group dance, so I got to dance one more time, and I can't wait. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I cannot wait to watch that. It's going to be so much fun. I have a couple fan questions to wrap up the episode, and let's get into those. I had one from Arlene wants to know, Teresa, what do you use and do to stay looking so radiant and youthful? You look amazing.
Oh, I mean, thank you. I know everybody was saying how great my skin was looking, and then right after I got like this stress rash on my face, believe it or not. I guess like after the wedding and everything, and then Dancing with the Stars, like, I mean, believe it or not, like season 13, after you guys watch it, you're gonna be like, it's jaw dropping, because it did really stress me out a lot. And I guess the stress came out afterwards on my skin, but thank God it's getting cleared up now. But I'm pretty simple. I washed my face with like a face wash, like the one I had in my bathroom was from Lancome, and
That's what I've been using.
Yeah, and I use Lancome moisturizer, and basically that's it. I mean, I guess I'm happy inside, like with Louis, so maybe that's what comes out, the radiant part of my
love is just bursting off your
Right?
face.
So that part I am grateful for, and that's it. Yeah, but pretty easy. I don't get that many facials, which I think facials are great to get.
Yeah.
But right now I'm going through that stage, like it's dry here. I mean, winter time, so my skin is going through like that. It feels like it's like getting dry just because it's cold out.
Yeah.
I need like more moisturizer, that whole thing.
Melissa, do you have any beauty tips?
Yeah, Botox. No.
Same. That's mine.
Well, of course, that too. I mean,
That
Literally.
is my biggest secret.
That's a
Which is not a
no-brainer.
secret.
Like 20-year-olds get Botox.
Yeah,
I
I've been
know.
getting it since I was 25. Yeah.
See that?
Oh my God, you started early.
Well, because our show got picked up, and when we shot our
God.
pilot, I didn't have Botox, and I didn't want to be the girl who season 2 or 3, you know, quote unquote, got work done. So I was like, no, I'm getting Botox before we start filming. And there was like 1 or 2 scenes they used from our pilot in the first episode, and my forehead's moving. But up until last season, I've had Botox every single episode, and then last season I was breastfeeding. So I couldn't have Botox, and I would just like do these little tricks and pull my hair tight in certain parts to kind of give you that lift.
Oh my God, you don't even need that.
Oh, thank you.
I didn't get Botox until after I started the show.
Yeah.
God. Because like I don't know, I just didn't, I wasn't in that world.
I feel like it was still kind of new back then too.
Yeah.
I mean,
it wasn't so big back then, right?
No, I feel like I first heard about it because I think Kim Kardashian got it like the 2nd or 3rd season, and then people were like, oh my God, she's gotten work done. And I'm like, wait, is Botox getting work done? And then I looked into it, and then when we got our show, I was like, oh, I need to get the Botox. I'd rather have resting bitch face than like crazy like Disney expressions.
That's me, actually.
Letty Maldonado wants to know, for both of you, what is something you wish you knew sooner?
Wish I knew sooner about anything.
Yeah, I guess about anything.
Botox.
Yeah.
I mean, I wished, like, I watched the way I looked, Scheana, in season 1 compared to now. I wish I knew how to do my makeup better.
Yeah. Oh my God. Same.
Like, makeup has evolved so much.
Yeah.
Like, so crazy. Like, it's so, like, if I look at my face, like, when I first started the show compared to now, it's like, I mean, now I know how to do my makeup. Like, I did not know how to do my makeup back then. And I even think, like, even Priscilla did my makeup so different than now.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
so crazy. Yeah.
Totally. Same here. What is the best piece of advice that you've given your kids and that you want to give them for future?
Be a good person.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter how much you have or what you have or anything. Like, it doesn't matter if you have everything. If you're a shit person, then nothing else matters.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the biggest thing that Josh and I always are like, especially here in LA. I mean, you know, Scheana. I mean, you know too, Teresa. It's just like, it's easy to get caught up in that. I think it's just be a good person. Like, have a good heart.
Yeah.
Be a good person.
Definitely.
Yeah. That's, of course, that, live in your truth. Don't, always believe in yourself. If you want something, strive for it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think you can't do anything. Like, you could do anything. You put your mind to it. And that's it. Be strong. And that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you two ladies are amazing women, amazing mothers, and I'm so thankful we finally got to get into some shenanigans together. New episodes of Namaste Bitches is every Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know when it's coming out. Yep, every Wednesday, baby.
I'm like, this is it. It was so fun.
Wait, Scheana, how many episodes have you done?
Of my podcast?
Yeah. How many do you think?
5.5 years, whatever that equals.
Oh my God. Isn't that crazy? Teresa, I think our episode 7 is coming out.
You've been doing this 5.5 years?
Yeah.
Insane.
Wow.
Yeah. I started it. Yeah, it's been, or is it 4.5 or 5.5? I think I started this show beginning of 2018. So I'm going on to 5 years.
That's insane. I feel like I was doing side piece forever, and that's not even 2 years.
Oh,
yeah.
I was gonna ask you how long? Yeah, how long?
I mean, literally, we are seven episodes in. Like that's look at the crazy. Like you going here, we haven't even hit double digits yet.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. I know I've been doing, this is my 3rd home now for the show, but it's the best one I have. Loved your media. I started at Podcast One, where you ladies are, and yeah, it's been a fun journey for sure. That's Teresa, awesome. Is there any, I know how it is with Bravo, obviously, we're in the same kind of job, but is there any tea you can give us for the upcoming season?
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
Well, I kind of did. I did already. I told you it's the season 13. it was a hard season for me again. It's like I can't wait to get an easy season.
Your wedding special will be nice and easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for the wedding special. That's the first time since season 1 and 2 that I've actually enjoyed being on television. I mean, I didn't even enjoy Ultimate Girls Trip because that came up again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the whole family thing. So I've enjoyed Dancing with the Stars. That was like the best. That was fun. But again, but it's like, it was just stressful because like this was like the time in my life that I'm like, oh my God, I find, like there was, there was at the end of the rainbow, there's, how does it go? It's
The gold.
No, I don't know what I was trying to say. Well,
No, I know what you're trying to say. Now I'm trying to think.
Like finally, I got that.
The jackpot,
like
you won. You win.
Yeah.
After the storm, there's a rainbow.
Yes,
like,
so right at the end of the tunnel. Right. I'm fine. I'm so happy, and like everything's amazing in my life. And then my only family members are like giving me a hard time. Like it's just mind blowing.
Yeah.
It really is. It's just very sad. Everything. So that's the only thing that was hard for me because. Like you don't mind fighting with a stranger,
mm-hmm.
but with a family, like that's like, that's not something that I want to do. I've never wanted to do that. I wish everybody could have. I mean, you see my parents, Sheena. You saw type. You could kind of tell how we were raised.
Totally.
We were raised like so close, and unfortunately, I guess. And when I say fame and money ruined my family, meaning that, it's that my brother and Melissa wanted to become famous, and I guess they didn't mind throwing me under the bus to become famous, and the money is that they like the paycheck. Mm-hmm. So that's why. So I want to clear that up because when I say fame and money ruined my family, it was like that. I'm explaining it. So do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now?
No, totally.
Some people, I don't think they get it. It was like this, like I started this TV show, and it's like imagine your brother and your sister-in-law come start working at your job, and you didn't even know about it, and then they start saying these nasty things to you that you're like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
And then why should you leave your job when that was your job?
No, totally.
And that's where I was then. It's like, so why should I step away from my job when this was my job?
Yeah.
Like,
no, you shouldn't have. And I mean, you make the show. You are a fucking star. Everyone knows it who watches the show. Andy Cohen knows it. You're the reason the show has been on for so long. When you weren't on it, there was no show. Let's remember that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, I know. Thank you. I know that was, I was honored for that.
There was a really long pause that there was no jersey because Teresa wasn't available to film.
I was honored for that. And like, I'm so grateful,
Yeah.
That's it. So I can't, I'm not looking forward to season 13 because of course I got to relive everything.
Yeah.
But I am looking forward to my wedding. And I want to see it too. Because, I'm sure I missed some stuff because I was taking pictures.
Totally.
So I can't wait to see, everything that, that they filmed. And like, I was excited about that. And I did it for the fans, Sheena, because I wasn't sure if I was going to film it. And then people were like, and then I was like, even a lot of people say, you can't let your fans down. They want to see your happy ending. But it's not my ending. It's my new beginning also.
Yes.
So my happy ending to a new beginning.
Totally. It's your fairy tale. And I cannot wait to watch it.
Yeah, and was yours filmed also?
Yeah.
Teresa, she can't talk about anything, but finally, when the stuff starts freaking airing, because you know how it is, Sheena, like you can't say anything. Man. So when the stuff starts airing, we can finally freaking talk about it too.
Oh yeah, I'll talk. Listen,
Namaste.
Yeah. Like we'll talk about it obviously in our show too. I just don't want our Namaste bitches to be. That's all we talk about is housewives. Like I want to talk about real life, like what's really going on in like Melissa's life, my life, because then and I think that's a good thing talking about everything because then other people could relate to us, and then they could write in, ask us questions. They could teach us something that I'm like, oh my God, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Like, I love and I love going on other people's podcasts, and then eventually we're gonna have people on our podcast because like. It's great. Like, it's like, I don't know. I love that. I love it. I really do.
Therapeutic.
Definitely.
Yeah, no, it really is. And like I used to be the type that I used to not want to. I never would ask questions because I don't know why. I just didn't.
And she doesn't like to talk.
But no, but my point is sometimes like when I think it's a good thing to ask questions or if you don't know something, because then you could get the answer from somebody else or somebody with insight. Exactly. Because like when we were going through our legal stuff, we kept it all hush hush because that's what our lawyers told us to do. And I wish we would have talked about it more because if other, so many other people go through legal stuff and they could have guided us in a better direction. I don't know. I feel like that's, because then
it's good learning.
Totally.
Good learning.
Yes. So it's like, I'm just saying, it's good to share because you always, you could find out something that you didn't know.
I agree. And that's the beauty about our job is when, we're all going through similar life experiences. Ours are just on a public platform. But if by sharing our story, we're able to help even one person, I think we're doing a great fucking job.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well,
I'm so glad we did this.
We did it. We got into shenanigans with the Namaste bitches. Teresa, Melissa, thank you so much for being here. I can't wait to see y'all soon in LA. And like I said, new episodes of Namaste Bitches every Wednesday. Check them out. Thanks, ladies.
Thanks.
I love your podcast name too, Sheena.
Thanks. I came up with it.
Yeah, I love it.
Thanks.
I'm strong, baby.
Yeah.
For this all my life, you're just my type. I've been looking for a boy